Hey everybody, and welcome to the mid-month lesson check-in for what we as a collective have learned for the month of July so far, and what we still need to learn. As always with these, take it resonates, leave it doesn't. I'm playing with a Soul Journey Life Lesson deck I've been gifted. If you'd like personalized reading, my link will be in the description below. You can ask. As always, like, comment, share, get the word out there, subscribe, follow. If you'd like to donate, I have Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, and MetaPay, but I do not have any Apple products. However, if you give me a name of an app I can download, I will be glad to do so. So, service. I feel good when I can help others. So this basically means we need to learn servitude. We need to learn what it means to be hospitable. We need to learn where to serve each other and where to serve ourselves and how we serve ourselves and how we serve others. And we need to balance what we serve ourselves and what we serve others. We need to love thy neighbor as thyself. And if we are giving more to our neighbors than we are giving to ourselves, we are not loving ourselves as much as we need to be. So learning the balance between loving oneself and loving other people, learning the difference between the different kinds of love, like platonic, agape, romantic, familial, and the like. It does feel good to help other people, especially for like light workers and white witches and those that take the enchanted path, those that are very light spirited and free spirited and happy go lucky. Someone that is very like superficial and shallow though is playing on this as well, teaching you lessons about materialism, hedonism, grief, denial, avoidance. There's something you're avoiding working on about yourself. There's something you are refusing about what you're doing with others that is leading you to this, or to yourself or for yourself that is leading you to this. It could be overindulgence and spending, overworking yourself, over physical labor, something that you are refusing to forgive somebody else, or refusing to forgive yourself, or refusing to find closure, or avoiding finding closure because you're afraid of what might happen when you do. It does look like there's a lot of lessons within servitude and service positions, like the service industry and social services and like truckers and those that are very like overworked and underpaid, like teachers. Forgiveness. We were just talking about this. It also says, I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. So we need to learn where we have harbored resentment, and we're learning where we have harbored resentment, where we still are harboring resentment. We've been letting go, for the most part, about a little bit of resentment that we have been accepting of, but we also need to learn the difference between accepting and agreeing to it. You need to be willfully and readily available to accept and forgive. You need to be able to understand how resentment blocks the flow of love, and what resentment you may have, even towards yourself or towards others. You saying no when you mean yes can harbor resentment towards the other person for getting what they want. It can feed off the jealousy. It could feed off the envy. It could feed greed and gluttony. It could be feed your stress level to where you feel like you always have to work, or you always have to mess around, or you always have to keep yourself and your hands busy just because your mind wanders the wrong way when you lack self-control. It does look like there's going to be a sense of harboring resentment and bitterness, which you may feel in like your lower back or your knees or your ankles or your feet. It could also be playing on your heart. It could be playing on your mind. It could be playing on your reality and how you perceive reality and what you perceive the situation to be. It may also be filtering things as well. And you might be feeling a lack of purpose because you don't know what you are here to do. So in learning what you are here to do and learning how to do it and learning that you are here to be who you are and be authentic can help. But not knowing who you are at a soul core level can be a very hindering for you, and you may be resentful for not knowing what your path is. But it all leads back to servitude and service and hospitality and like charitable work. I'm not saying like go out and find a charity case and be taking pity cases and such like that and sympathize with them. I'm speaking like actual like volunteer work, service in the industry. This could be packaging, this could be hospitality, like hotels or motels, or travel leisure sites like Disneyland, Elitch Gardens, Water World, Sea World, helping other people, helping animals, like even animal doctors. It looks like there's a lot of refusal to seek counsel or take your therapist's advice if you are taking therapy, due to not saying it their way and being greedy about how you do. You want to have your cake and you want to eat it too, but you also don't know what kind of cake it is, for an analogy here. It looks like there's going to be a sense of loss until you find out your soul purpose. So looking up your soul purpose again, finding your purpose deep, deep, deep within yourself. Mandalas, labyrinths, and like Hecate's wheel can help you. Pan can help you. Gods of like greens and blues and such can help you. So like Raphael and Michael for the archangels, or Osiris and Thoth for a few gods, Hades and Dionysus. Just for some examples, you don't have to use the ones that I use. For examples, you can just go research. Learning your shades, learning your color schemes, learning your color psychology has been mid-helpful at most, I would assume. Working on your assumptive biases, working on where you feel a lack of purpose. Is it within your heart? Is it within your core? Is it within your soul? Is it within your mindset because you're lost and you don't know what to do and you thought you were doing your soul work, but then you found out that it's just not as easy as you had expected, and it's just your expectations getting to you. What exactly is the root cause? Getting down to the root cause of things is going to be very beneficial. It's going to help you get that cycle going. And it's like you're walking up a spiral staircase, but you can't see where it ends and you can't see where it begins either. You just need to keep moving forward. It's okay to be at a standstill. It's okay to be at an impasse. It's okay to be at a crossroads. But sitting there for too long because you don't like either option is going to drag you through the wall. It's going to drag you through the hole, and you're going to be digging yourself even deeper into that rabbit hole than originally planned. It looks like oranges are very important. So like sunrise, sunset times, sacral energy, controlling yourself, breaking free of manipulation tactics, and using shame and humiliation to get your way. Whether you shame yourself into something like I shoulda, coulda, woulda, or you end up manipulating yourself by, if I do this, then I can do that. Not talking like reward system, but like if I had done this better, then I could have had this. If I would have just kept my mouth shut, I would have not lost that friend. When in reality, that wasn't a true friend if they had left you, and you may not have been a true friend to them if you had said what you did or did what you did. So just being aware of where you stand with, again, forgiveness. Acts of service are going to be very important this month. Devotion and commitment to your goals. Especially like short-term goals can help. Manifesting like physical relationships can also be abundant once you learn to forgive. Forgiveness is a center stone. The cornerstone is the service, and finding purpose is your next step to seek enlightenment. You don't lack a purpose, it's just you feel like you don't belong. So working on finding where you do belong, and finding out that you've never not belonged and that you've belonged all the time, but finding the work space that you need and feeling comfortable and safe within work and within the spirit on a soul level with like physical relationships. But that's going to be your midterm or midweek check-in, or mid-month check-in for what lessons need to be learned and what lessons have been learned for July of 2025. As always with these, take it where it resonates and leave what doesn't. Thanks for joining.